All right, so just to put a pin in a couple of things, I want to just reflect a little bit on the last bit of starting to look at Entourage in regards to your projects, and then also, again, this kind of idea of material. So you can see, when I was talking about seamless materials, just looking at this Revit material, I mean, and Revit has horrible materials, just so you know. I think the AC catalog is better, but the default materials in Revit are awful. So let's just look at this one in particular. You can see the tiling happening. It has really almost no relationship to concrete. It probably needs to be scaled to get it to look better, but it's always going to tile in some kind of awful way. The concrete CMU seems to be a bit better. I mean, it's not a great look. It's very industrial, and if that's the look you're going for, that's fine. So let's just get those materials a little bit updated, and then go, and then we'll talk about Entourage. So in Enscape, you have your material library. It's pretty easy to use. If you decide that, okay, I'd really like to have this brick 03, you just have to import selection. I've already done that, so I won't hit that, but import the selection. And then pick the wall or floor or whatever you're trying to edit. And so we'll just go in there and we'll go in here and we'll put in that brick. And you'll see that show up, brick 03. And you have all the kind of same things. You could change kind of its color if you needed to, or some of its appearance, but it's all set up, and say OK. And then we will see that updated. Now I will say this one happens to be not a seamless, so it looks great actually, come from this kind of oblique angle, but straight on you can start to see the tiling. So I might be better off to go to that textile or textures.com and get a brick that I like there, if that was the nature of the material finish I wanted. And then so I'll just do real quickly the same thing, not asset, same thing to the concrete. So I'm just going to see what they have under concrete. We've got a lot of different things. Maybe this concrete 04, or maybe we'll go this time concrete 16. I'll import that and go into my floors and edit. It should be good to go. See, 16 I think is the one I wanted, so I'll just OK that. And let's just take a look at what we have here. Much better. It looks like maybe a little tiling, so I mean maybe I should go to textiles, but far better now than what we saw from Revit. So it's an upgrade. The next upgrade would, I think, go to the textures.com and then get there. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, and I don't know what piece of furniture you decide to customize and how you decide to do it, but I think it's time to get some entourage going on inside of this model. And so I'm just going to put really quickly, just go into kind of creating groups and placing a few pieces. So I'm going to be a little bit lazy this time. Maybe in our next assignment I'll get a little bit more creative and show you how to import models from exterior sources. But for right now we're just going to keep it simple. And let's see, so I want some kind of diner and chair option. It's a little too informal, but it might be nice in the cafe, I don't know. Probably something that is made of wood. Maybe this is a good chair type. We'll just grab that one for now. Ooh, it said lounge. That might be a problem. We'll see how it looks. And we'll just place it in here. And so what we're going to do is we will rotate it by using the space bar. Let's just place one, see what our thoughts are here. See if I got the right chair. Oh, it looks like I have my model these a little high. Something didn't quite import. I think the chair looks fine. So just go right back into Revit world. That's fine. And we just select these. What you can do is just right click once you selected one and grab all the, you know, if it's one asset, it'll just grab them all. And it looks like I put it, for some reason, 11 inches high. No in. Okay, everything looks good. The chair actually looks pretty good. So we're just going to use that. And if you happen to model a chair and that was part of this asset, then of course it would have it. But that's not always the case, and nor do you always want to model everything. So just going to use the control to grab them both and make copies, and I'm going to set those back in here. And then if I wanted to put this on every table, but I want to make sure I kind of controlled that, made it kind of as easy as possible. What I might do, let's see if I can get that. Trying to get some alignments. Okay, that looks good. So I'll just select them all using control, and then what I can do is I can create a group, and I can just call this the chair set, something that makes sense. And now I have that group, and what I can do now is just kind of, I don't have to grab them each one each time. And I go in and using control to set them in place. That one's a little bit off. Okay, now the interesting thing there is that you can go into that group and you can edit. And so say you wanted them to not look a little bit more kind of casual for whatever reason. I don't know why. You can go ahead and edit that group, any of the groups, and then just say finish. And each one of these groups now, has that rotation on that chair. So anyhow, that sometimes actually making something look a little more random makes either will throw you off depending on your obsessive compulsive nature, or will actually make it feel a little bit more natural. So anyhow, that's how they do that. So what I want you to do is just put a few pieces of Entourage also into your project. Just make sure you're clear on like what you designed and what you didn't. And I think the last thing would be to then add from the asset a few people to kind of give scale and to give it kind of the idea of being occupied. I don't want you to kind of go crazy about putting a bunch of people in and making it look full. I just want maybe 2 or 3 individuals placed in a certain place. And please do not use the same person like I just did. That will look really weird. So, but also think about making sure that they look like they actually belong in your project, and they don't have swimsuits on and they're in a cafe or something weird like that. And then also you want to make sure that they're facing the right way for the kind of renderings that you're getting, wanting to put in. So let's see, we put those 2 people in there. That needs to be like that. All right, they're both facing away from the camera. That's probably not a great idea. So, so I might want to rotate her and put her a little bit more front and center, so she's facing the camera. All right, so that's pretty much it. That will kind of complete kind of getting you guys set So just put a few pieces. Right now it still looks empty, but we do now have a better sense of scale, and it'll help kind of guide kind of your custom pieces and make sure that they're kind of at the right place. Like, you know, that table being too high was obviously a bad idea. So shifting it makes a lot more sense, getting it right. Okay, thanks guys.